Hi, beloveds. I hope that you are all doing okay with all the intense energies that's been happening in the last few weeks. I know it's been tough on me too, and a lot's been coming up for me, so I'm imagining that a lot's coming up for other people too. And but I did want to just give a quick video about two two different ways that one can manifest the experiences that they are wanting in their life. And one of them is like the law of attraction, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard about. That's in The Secret, and we'll go a little bit more into it, like very briefly. If you want to know more, some great tools to learn about is really The Secret, the book Law of Attraction. Esther Hicks does some really great videos on that on YouTube that you can look up, and it's just kind of one way to attract the things that you want. And then there's another way that that I've been working with for a while now, several years, and and I'll explain that. And I call in calling in the experiences that you're wanting. So first we'll get into the law of attraction, and the law of attraction is very simple. That your energetic vibration attracts the experiences that you want. So if you have a low vibration, such as if you're feeling shame or fear or guilt, then you're going to attract more experiences that are on that level. Or you're feeling a lot of doubt or untrusting, that you're going to attract those experiences. And we can kind of look at it that whatever's happening within us is going to happen outside of ourselves. So we're going to see that reflected. So if you are feeling a lot of doubt or guilt or shame or any of those lower vibrational energies, then that's what you're going to experience out in the world. And one way you'll notice it is that I get signs like that if my vibration is low or I'm attracting low experiences. And like one of them is that I'll be stopped at a lot of red lights, or people will like lash out at me for no reason. Like if I'm at the grocery store or something, like those little things are cues to me, like that my vibration is low and that I'm attracting those experiences. And there's a few ways that you can raise your vibration, and one of them is going to be to do meditation. Affirmations is another great way. And really, like, self-talk, like positive self-talk will help raise your vibration. Or do things that you love, like follow your passion, follow your desires. That's going to raise your vibration. I have some issues with the law of attraction, which is why I don't think that it's always the best way to attract the things that you want. At least in my experience, is that we do have to feel into those lower vibrational energies. And sometimes it's really hard if you've had trauma in your past to work through that. And my experience is to work through trauma and some of those denser energies, especially shame. That's like one of the harder ones. I might do a video on that if you're curious about knowing how to work through shame, because like I said, that's one of the densest emotions, and it's, for me, was one of the harder ones to work through. But you have to do your shadow work. You have to work through all of that. You can't just, I call it spiritual bypass. Like you can't just spiritual bypass and like love and light your way through things. Like you really have to get into the mud. You have to get into the darkness. You have to go into your own caves. You have to explore your shadow, and you have to learn to love those aspects of yourself, because that's where the preciousness lies. So I think, like, on just the surface, it's a great truth, but for working through doing shadow work or working through anything to have like long-term consistent higher vibrational experiences, you have to do the shadow work first. And then once you work through the shadow work, then of course you're going to have higher energy, higher vibrational experiences. But I don't think that you can just kind of like do the affirmations on its own and just always have higher vibrational experiences. It just doesn't work like that. So that's kind of, like I said, I'm not 100% on Secret or the law of attraction. I think it's like short term, it's great. Long term, I think that the shadow work has to be done, or you'll just go back to where you were before. Or you're just going to like continue to attract the experiences that are going to trigger you into working through it. So like I said, I think it's just half the story. Now, the part that I actually really like and work on a lot when I'm working with myself or when I'm working with clients, I always suggest this, is calling in experiences. And one of the things I found for myself was that because I've had certain traumas in my life, it was hard for me to believe that there was another experience. So to give you an example, one of my core issues that I've had to work through in my life is abandonment. And I've had several situations in my life that I was abandoned. So as I was working through that, I needed to have an experience opposite of abandonment. So that for me was I needed someone to be devoted to me. And I needed to have that experience so that I knew that there was a difference. Now, because my vibrational frequency wasn't at that level yet, I had to call in that experience. And I'll teach you how to do that. And you can call in any experience that you want that's going to be opposite of what you've experienced in the past, so that your body, like your inner being, your body, your somatic aspect of yourself can know the difference and have something different to know how to hold the vibrational frequency of that new experience. So for me, wanting to have devotion, to have someone devoted, you want to close your eyes and ground yourself, which means imagine that the end of your spine is going to the center of the earth, and you want to attach it some way. And then you want to breathe some of that energy up into your spine and exhale. And you exhale any stress or tension that you're feeling. You just want to be really grounded and present in the space. And once you feel grounded and present and you're ready to take the next steps, then put all your awareness in your heart chakra. Just really feel into that. And then imagine in your heart chakra whatever it is that you want to experience. So for me, I wanted to experience someone that was devoted. And so in my heart chakra, I felt what that might look like, or what is the exact experience that I'm wanting around that. And I imagined that in my heart chakra. And I put all my awareness on that. And then I take some deep breaths and I breathe into my heart chakra. So I see in my mind's eye my breath going into my heart chakra. And that's putting more energy on what you want to call in. So take some deep breaths and just imagine that you're breathing in through your mouth and out through your nose, okay? And so then the next breath we're going to take is we're going to go ahead and take that breath through our mouth. But instead of breathing out of our mouth, we're going to breathe out of our heart chakra. So you're going to see that breath coming out of your heart chakra. And of course, it's going to come out of your mouth or your nose, like on a physical, but you want to see on an energetic level that through your mind's eye, it's going to come through your heart. And you can, for me, I can feel it too. So if you can feel it, great. It may take some practice to kind of get into the routine of it. And then once you kind of like, because you're essentially sending that back out to the universe and you're telling the universe, this is what I'm wanting to experience, okay? So energetically, that's coming out through my heart chakra. And the more that you can open your heart chakra, the more that that energy is going to come out, and you're going to go ahead and feel that. And then do that as many times as you feel is necessary. It doesn't have to be too much, because that one signal to the universe, that one calling out and telling the universe what you want, you could even do it. I wouldn't do it more than 10 times, but like between 1 or 10 times, just based on what you feel is appropriate for your situation. And then you kind of just sit and you wait for it to happen. And you have this gratefulness. You have this gratefulness in your heart that it's already happened. So you say thank you. Thank you, universe, for allowing me to have whatever that experience is. So for me, it was someone that's devoted to me. And then you just wait. And because you sent that out to the universe is going to deliver that to you. Okay. And so the other thing I want to say about this too is that you're going to get what your idea of the opposite is. Okay. So for me, I had someone that came through that was willing to be devoted to me and taught me what that felt like. And as I was feeling into it, then you kind of like tweak it a little bit more. So as that person comes in, you're like, okay, yeah, I want someone to be devoted. And then you can add different things to it to add on to the experience. So it's an ongoing process, and you're going to change it. I liken it to like a child going to the ice cream store for the first time. And maybe the child's never had ice cream before and has no idea what it's going to taste like. So this child's not going to know what flavor that is going to be his or her favorite. And so you kind of have to go through the different flavors to decide exactly what it is you want to experience. And you might have some ice cream flavors that you don't like. Maybe you don't like pistachio. So you know not to have that one. But it's really a process, and it's an exploration into what exactly it is you want to experience. And so you're kind of tweaking it until you get it exactly right. So if you get something that's not exactly what you want, that's not a big deal. It's just part of the process, and you can change it a little bit. So you can do this too with like simpler things. Like as I was kind of playing with these different things, or the different experiences I wanted, I also would put out there something random, like that would allow for my mind to understand that this was something I was creating. So if I wanted to experience compassion that day, and I put that out to the universe and the breathing technique I just showed you, I would also ask to see a dog with white hair. So something like that. So when people were compassionate with me, I knew it wasn't just like coincidence or didn't have anything to do with me if I saw that white dog. So when I saw that white dog, then I knew that my experiences were what I created. And you can also do this as well, is that you can ask to experience compassion and that white dog, and you know that those experiences are what you're creating. And it kind of like gets the doubt out of your mind. And it can be anything. Like I used to try and make them as ridiculous as I could, just so that I could prove it to my mind it was true. And one time I wanted to see a unicorn, and I turned a corner, and there was a 12-foot unicorn, stuffed unicorn, on the corner of a store that I go by all the time. So it's gonna be there. So you just have to trust yourself. And then, like I said, have fun with it. Like, you want to bring that childlike wonder, that 6-year-old aspect of yourself that is playing and having fun with these different experiences. And then you also get to train the somatic aspect of yourself that maybe never had that experience, never had somebody that was compassionate, never had someone that was empathetic. Like, whatever it is that you're wanting to experience. And then that allows for us to heal that part of ourselves that didn't get the things that it needed, that are a childlike aspect that didn't get maybe the loving parents it wanted. You can call in a parent now to teach you what it's like, and that teacher will come forward and show you, you know, what it would be like if you were a child and that this person was a parent. So it's a great tool to heal, like I said, experiences that you were not able to have as a child, especially if you had a traumatic upbringing like I did. The other part of this too is, you know, we're learning how to be our own parents, and we're learning how to parent our inner child. So if you had these traumatic experiences, you might not have had someone that was available, emotionally available to you growing up, and maybe you want that now. And so you'd call in somebody that could show you what that was like, so that you could be that for yourselves. So this person you're calling in isn't something that's going to be an ongoing person. Maybe it might just be someone that's going to come in and teach you to show you how you can be that for yourself. So I appreciate you taking the time and watching this video. I hope you find it helpful. I hope that you can find the childhood delight so that you can really play with these spiritual games, these different ways of manifesting what you want in your life. The other thing that I'd like to leave you with is that everything that you're wanting, the universe is wanting to give you to you too. So just have that trust and allow it to happen in the way it wants to. If there is some topic that you would like for me to either channel or you have questions on, please feel free to put in the notes. I don't always have the time to comment to all of them, but I do read them all. And I hope that you are having a blessed day. And again, I'm sending you all my love. Thank you.